I live on this long ass hallway now. So weird and different. It's only one floor up. Alright, so we're out here in Atlantic Station right now. So the mission is to take a photo, a long exposure photo. Haven't done this in a while, but wanted to come out here tonight to try to get a long exposure to print out for a canvas for the crib. Print the joint out real big, make it look good. So that's what we're gonna try to achieve right now. Got Tino with me, got YC with me, got some tripods. We out here, it's cold. I should have layered up. Tired that photographer Walt.
Chill. Chill. It's a little icy up here.
It's cold.
It's a little icy out here.
It's cold, yo.
I wish I had my scarf, but I already shit on my face, but I'm asleep.
I got no glove action. It's over with. Alright. It's definitely cold. Like 5 minutes in, I'm freezing. But this is what happens when you're trying to get those special shots. When you're going out trying to get a dedicated shot, something that you're, working on. We're gonna try to get it though. Hopefully. City looks good. I only know a few angles.
Yeah, I'm looking at other architecture and shit that might look cool for photos. Yeah, this might look cool right here.
I think if we go over there and shoot up,
symmetry, right?
It'll be cool too. In between those buildings.
Yeah.
Go, yo! Alright, so long exposure right here I think would be dope. Somewhere around this area. Just got all these cars going.
Somebody's cut a circle out somewhere.
Alright, so I think I found the angle that I want to shoot at. I think this is it right here. There's like a little bent vibe going on with this fence right here, so it's a little spread open. So I'm gonna try to set this camera up on the tripod, get a shot right here. If I do get it, I'm gonna post it right there. Alright, so I'm sitting here, I'm editing the vlog, and I realized I didn't edit the photos that I took on the bridge that night. So I sat here, I edited out 4 of them that I actually liked, and I came down to the conclusion of 1. So I went to look at it on the website, Canvas on Demand, and they have 90% off on canvases. It says through midnight, but they always are doing freaking sales. So the total for this is $633, but with the savings, they take off $538.01. That freaking comes to a total of $94.99. So I'm about to freaking order this canvas now while I got the chance. $95 for this freaking print on a nice canvas like the ones that are up here. Freaking love this place. So if you don't know about a good spot to get your prints at, go to canvasondemand.com. I'll leave the link down below. This isn't a sponsorship. They didn't pay me to say this. I'm just letting you guys know where I've gone to print out big canvases, and they have high quality, really good stuff, man. I really love all the canvases. Even that one back there. I printed that one back there with using Canvas on Demand, that big ATL one, the drone shot. So real quick, a lot of the photos that I took that night, the long exposures, they kind of sucked. I came down to 2 of them, which one of them, the building on the left hand side was framed really nice, and then on the second one, the road was framed really nice. And I think I'm gonna go with the one with the road framed nice, just because it makes the picture whole. It looks really good the way that the road and the lines look. The one with the building all in frame is cool as well, but I feel like it's kind of tall. It's not really long for like a landscape for like this print that I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna go with this one, cutting off the top of that building a little bit. Really love how this came out. Really love how I edited it down, took out the blues, took out a lot of stuff, made the darks really crushed, brung up the blacks a little bit to make it a little faded, and I added some grain in there just to make it kind of look a little vintage. I think this looks super cool. I'll print this out, try to either throw it in my bedroom or in my living room where people can see it when they come to the crib. Yeah, man, let's get back into the vlog. What up, man?
There's Henny downstairs.
Henny?
Yeah, I know you ain't drinking. Where that hard shit at? Yeah, this isn't that bad, yo. With this lens on the 1DX right now, it's not that bad.
Hey, shit, bang, bang, boom, yeah! Alright, look, this is the best way I can get the light, right? We in here at Patchwork Studios tonight in Atlanta. My boy Will's in here, he's making some music tonight, so we pulled up, me, YC, Tino. We just in here kicking it, supporting, we in the studio. And then after that, we about to go try something, so you'll see. What's up, guys? Today's it's a weird day for me today because I'm doing something that I've been waiting to do for a long time. This thing sucks. As you know, I made a video a couple weeks or months back, can't even remember when I made it, about the Canon 1DX Mark III dropping. Today, this morning at like 8 or 9 a.m., somebody bought this Canon 1DX Mark II that I'm vlogging on right now. So that means I have to pack up this Canon 1DX Mark II and ship it out. And this camera has been crazy for me. I've used it on so many different projects. I've used it on vlogs, tons of different YouTube videos, 120 frames per second. I don't have to have like a gimbal. I can just run and gun with the camera because it's so stable. It's heavy enough. The 120s look so good. The photography is phenomenal on it. Everything has just been amazing with the Canon 1DX Mark II, and I've always loved it. At times I've questioned it because of the size and just because it's hard to vlog without a screen, but overall it's a reliable, amazing camera. But all good things come to an end. Alright, so today we have a shoot and it's at about 4 o'clock, but I didn't need the Canon 1DX Mark II because we're actually shooting the music video with the Sony a7 III. I'm just DPing the shoot today for my boy Tino. I'm gonna be using the Canon EOS R for 2 weeks because guess what? I'm pre-ordering the Canon 1DX Mark III. Alright, so now I've swapped over to the Canon EOS R, and as you can see, I got my big brick right here on the Gorilla Pod. I need to get all the accessories for my 1DX and pack it up, man. I'm gonna miss this. Actually, I'm not gonna miss it because the Mark III is coming and that should be way, way better than this one. Even though this one's freaking amazing, don't sleep on it. If you don't have enough money to get a Mark III, this is still freaking beast if you got enough money to cop this one. This joint looks pretty clean too. Hold on, my freaking lens is dirty. Dang.
Dirty lens is over.
All right, that looks better. But shout out to Aperture Rent. I always go to them, the homies, when I need to rent something to test it out, whatever. But in this case, I'm just pre-ordering right now. I gotta wait until the actual Mark III is sent off to me, so I don't have anything to film with once I send this off. So I needed something, got this for 14 days from the homies up there, and whoever was freaking using this camera before me had no idea what they were doing. The settings were freaking all over. I just had to like set this whole thing up from top to bottom, which might I add, I'm probably gonna do a video on my settings that I use for the Canon EOS R because I had a couple people ask me back when I bought this camera. I did end up getting rid of this camera because I love my freaking 1DX Mark II, and now I'm getting the 1DX Mark III. Yeah, it's like a whole whatever. You gotta try out these cameras to see if you like them, to see how you feel, the grind, the quality, all that stuff. So I gotta pack this thing up. I don't have a box yet. I'll probably just take it to like FedEx or something and pack it up there. But I wanna talk about why I'm actually getting rid of this, why I've used this, why I got rid of my EOS R, a couple of different things just to clear the air with some of my people that follow me. So let's talk about it. Alright, one, why do I use the Canon 1DX Mark II? I use it because it's very reliable. It has really sharp tack photos. It shoots really fast. It's really hard to miss taking a really good photo with that camera. I also really enjoy the quality of the 120 frames per second at 1080p. It's really buttery, it's really crisp, and the colors out of it just look amazing. Also, it shoots 4K 24s up to 4K 60s, and I think that's freaking awesome when it's time to do like high production where I need to shoot at a very high quality. The bitrate on is really good, so coloring it down with that Kodak is freaking amazing. The colors look really good. They don't break as easy. It's just a great all-around daily driver camera. You can get quick stuff, you can vlog with it, you can take photos with it, you can shoot a music video with it, you can shoot high production stuff with it, you can shoot basically anything with it. It is an odd shape, and that's something that people have always complained about. I've even complained about it, but in the end, as long as you can capture what you need, I think that having a camera that does it all is really, really good. Rather than owning two cameras, one that's good at video, one that's good at photo, and having to switch back and forth, it just takes more time. It can be inconvenient. I really enjoy the fact that I can use one camera for everything. So why am I getting the Canon 1DX Mark III? I think that's clear. They've updated it. There's so many different features. There's Wi-Fi on it. I don't have to buy an external piece of gear to send photos from my camera to my phone. They got the time-lapse stuff inside of it. It's gonna have C-Log in it. The 1DX Mark II didn't have C-Log. I think C-Log's super important because you can really dive deep into your color grading and make some really good images. I was using Cinestyle on the Canon 1DX Mark Mark II, but I mean, Canon log is just better than CineStyle. CineStyle works really good, it works fine, but C-Log is just the real deal. The freaking Mark III is gonna be shooting 5.5K raw internal as well, and I think that's freaking amazing. Now, I looked up the specs, and it's like a couple ounces lighter. I know that doesn't really matter, but I mean, it kind of does, because when I'm holding that thing up, it's heavy. I mean, a couple ounces shaved off. Thank you, Canon. Freaking chair is trash. Why did I buy these? Bought 2 bean bags for my freaking office area, and they work, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna get something else. Oh yeah, let's talk about why I actually got rid of the Canon EOS R. Before you put a comment down below, like saying how good this camera is, I already know. This camera is freaking really, really good. It has the 4K, it's got the swivel screen, it's great for vlogging, it's small, it's convenient. It's probably the easiest camera to use right now. Straight out of camera, the colors are amazing. One thing I did dislike is shooting 4K, shooting a music video with it. I was shooting in 4K, and when I switched back to do my 60s, it went from 4K to 1080, and the crop would come off of it. Therefore, it wouldn't be the same focal length, especially if I wanted to get B-roll where I was shooting a performance. I would shoot the performance in 4K, and then I would try to get B-roll in that same location, and it would take off the crop, and the focal length would be different, and I would not be happy with that. I like to have a consistent look, so if I'm shooting 24 frames per second at 4K, and then I want to switch over to get B-roll at 1080, it crops back out, and then the focal length looks different. I hate that. I'd rather it just be cropped and cropped, or full frame and full frame. Now, as far as it goes on a daily driver type of feel with a camera, I didn't really enjoy the photography aspect of this camera. Clearly, this is a mirrorless camera, so it's going to be different from DSLR, and I think that the images on this were a lot softer and a lot mushier rather than a really tack sharp image like the 1DX Mark II. That just bothered me. I feel like once you reach a certain level of quality, it's hard to come back down in quality. And I enjoy taking photos. Even though I'm not like a photographer and I don't do like photo shoots every day, I do take a lot of photos for myself to print out on canvases, or of my kid, or from my Instagram story, or from my IG behind the scenes photos. I like people to use my 1DX and capture pictures of me while I'm doing certain things. I really enjoy having that crisp quality photography aspect. I'm sure a lot of people may not agree with me and they think that this camera is good for photography. I've seen a lot of people talk about how good it actually is for photos, but I think it's better for video personally, in my own opinion. And when I'm shooting like vlogs and stuff, I shoot in a neutral picture profile like I am right now. I don't usually use C-Log when I'm doing vlogs, because vlogs are more of a quick process to me. I don't want them to be drawn out. I don't want to dive deep into color grading because it takes a lot of extra time. I think when it comes down to a music video or a higher end production commercial or anything like that, like high-end projects, yes, we should shoot those in a way that we can capture the fullest dynamic range possible. But when I'm doing something quick like a vlog, I don't want to be in my office for hours and hours grading down quick clips where it's like uneven exposure, where I'm running around with auto ISO and the white balance on auto and it's jumping all around. I don't want to be trying to color that down deep with C-Log. It kind of bothers me. So I just like to get it quick, neutral. And a lot of people always compliment how contrasty my work is, and I really enjoy the contrasty aspect of my footage. I like my blacks to be dark. I like my whites to be freaking pure white. I just like a contrasty look, so I enjoy shooting in a neutral picture profile. So the C-Log was good for when I shot music videos on this camera, but I didn't really care for it when I was vlogging. So I felt like I didn't really need it that much, but it was cool to have it for like music videos. I shot some music videos with it. I love the music video outcome that I got with this camera. Also, when I shot music videos with this Canon EOS R, it's a lighter weight camera, so when I threw it on my Ronin S, there was a lot of shakes and jitters compared to throwing my 1DX Mark II on the Ronin S. It was a lot more stable with that heavier camera. Yes, it's harder to shoot a music video with a heavier camera. It kind of hurts your back a little bit more, but you have a much more stable shot with a heavier camera. So it's like all over the place. Like, it's cool to have a lighter weight camera for vlogging and having the swivel screen, but for higher production like music videos, it was cooler to have a heavier camera. And even when I'm shooting like B-roll out vlogging, having a heavier camera and 120 frames per second was really cool as well. Oh yeah, that brings me up to another thing with the Canon EOS R. It has 120 frames per second on it in 720p. Like, why? Why is 720p coming out on cameras nowadays? That just didn't make sense to me. It didn't have autofocus in the 120 frames per second, which kind of bothered me again. The 1DX Mark II has 1080, 120s, and the autofocus works while you're filming in 120. The EOS R, it didn't, and that kind of bothered me. So my outlook on it, I was trying to have one camera that can do it all. I want one camera that can do it all. I don't really want to have two different cameras and two different style memory cards and kind of be all over the place with it. Like, oh, I got footage over on that camera and then some on this camera. I got to dump dump that and dump this and dump that, kind of scatters me. And when you have a lot of things you're doing, like music videos, vlogs, photo shoots, promo videos, barbershop videos, when you have a lot going on like that, having multiple cameras can be kind of tedious. So I just wasn't enjoying having 2 cameras. So I decided to pick one camera that I felt was good for everything, and I just decided the 1DX Mark II was it. But now the 1DX Mark III has like all of this stuff all in one, except for the freaking screen, whatever. This freaking camera is pretty freaking icy though. I really enjoy the quality right now. This is looking really good. So this freaking baby is about to get sent off to somebody, lucky owner really, because they got it at a good price. I sold it for $3,800, and I included the 256 gigabyte CFast card and the card reader, all for $3,800, and that's like a little bit more than the freaking 5D Mark IV was when it came out. So this is kind of like a deal. This camera's amazing. It's time to be shipped off. I gotta pack it up tonight. We gotta head to a shoot, so I'm gonna be using this EOS R for the next 2 weeks on the channel. And yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to update you guys, let you guys know that I'm pre-ordering my 1DX Mark III today. This baby's going out. I'm using the EOS R for 2 weeks, and that's just what it is. So if you like this video, slap the like button, drop me a comment, let me know how you feel about my camera opinion. Subscribe if you're new here, hit the bell for notifications so you know when these videos drop, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
See you later in the video. I'm saying see you later in the video, Daddy.
I see you. Say peace.
See you later.
See you later.